welcome back to the Red Dice Diaries, and this is my 10th RPG a Day 2015 video, and this is about my favourite RPG publisher. Now, I'm sure it will come as no surprise to anyone who knows me and knows what an utterly mad fan of the Fate RPG system I am, that my favourite RPG publisher at the moment is Evil Hat Productions, the people responsible for the most recent iteration of the Fate RPG, producing both the Fate Core and Fate Accelerated builds of the system. Now, I've already gone into loads of depth about why I like the Fate system so much, and you can see a few of those videos there if you feel so inclined, so I'm not going to delve too much into that in this video. However, one of the reasons I like Evil Hat as a publishing company is not just because they produce Fate, it's the sheer wealth of material that they produce to go along with the system. And it's all of a very high quality and covers a wide gamut of different subjects. Since even if you're just looking at the Fate system, although they do other things, you can find Fate Worlds of Adventure books which deal with things such as strange, spelljammer-esque fantasy races moving between the stars. You can have steampunk empires making their first tentative steps beyond our atmosphere. You can have gritty detective stories. You can have a story set where the players are playing people trapped in a prison cell with an apocalypse occurring outside. A dizzying array of different subjects and genres that they've published, all using the same system and mostly available as pay what you want on DriveThruRPG, at least for the PDFs. Where they're available, obviously the printed copies do cost a little bit more, but they're still very worthwhile getting, and I highly recommend them. So, part of the reason I like Evil Hat is, as well as giving lots of different people a chance to write for them and getting a wide range of different viewpoints, different genres, different styles of writing, is the fact that all of their supplements, their games, in the majority, can be had for very, very little actual money. And now, I would encourage you, if, as I do, you look at their products and you really like them, to obviously actually put some money in, since I believe that we should support the effort that people have put into creating this content and making it available to us. However, I do like the fact that they trust in people enough to give them a chance to have a look at the PDFs of their products and then decide whether they think that they're worth paying the money for. It also helps impoverished gamers, since we're not all rich, Lord knows I'm not, to actually pick up these books for a fairly minimal price and play around with them a bit, test them out a little bit, and then when you've got some money, actually put some back towards the company. And they also have a very interesting Patreon account that is running. I'm proud to be a supporter of that myself, and where you can basically pay a very small amount each month and you receive early access to these PDFs, these Fate Worlds of Adventure, and then if you do choose to go on and buy the finished version, you can guilt-free get a free copy of the PDF, since you've already effectively paid for it with your Patreon account donations, which I think is a great thing. I certainly like it because I hardly notice the tiny amount of money that I pay each month to the Patreon account, and in return I've got some truly memorable and enjoyable PDFs out of it, which I've later got on to get the finished and beautifully illustrated versions of those books. So there you have it. There's my favourite RPG publisher at the moment, Evil Hat. I'll put a link to their website down below and the catalogue of their products on DriveThruRPG. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You consider clicking on the red dice up there to subscribe to my channel, and I hope I'll see you in my next RPG a Day video. Take care.